Audio Jungle.
Government explains that late bill submission caused delay in payment to some workers for Christmas program. Works Minister Robert Morgan has explained the late bill submissions caused a delay in payments to some workers for the Christmas work program. He was reacting to comments by opposition counterpart Richard Azan, who chastised the government for not paying the workers. Morgan pointed out that the government must ensure that payments made are based on proper documentation. The minister also rubbished Azan's claim about not providing funding for the program. Morgan in turn criticizes Azan for politicizing the program.
A majority of payments have been made for the works program that has taken place over the last several weeks. There were, however, some areas where the bills were submitted late to the National Works Agency, and also there were areas where corrections had to be made. We have to make sure that whenever our agencies pay monies out, that they are paid based on valid and properly done documentation. And we have to maintain the accountability and the transparency, as we will be audited and there will be questions as to how we manage the program. There's no truth to the accusation that the government has not provided funding for the program. The Ministry of Finance would have handed over all the funds necessary for the program, but we have to work with our colleagues on both sides to ensure that their bills are submitted properly, that the contractors have submitted their bills on time and within a reasonable period. There were occasions where persons submitted bills the day before Christmas and expected to be paid at that time, and that was impossible. Our accounting staff worked way into the night for several days before Christmas to try and ensure that as many persons got paid as possible. Thankfully, a majority of our constituents and the contractors associated with them were paid. We want to really thank those who went out there and really did an amazing job in uplifting our environment, and want to thank the contractors and the members of parliament who cooperated and did the work properly. I won't get into the politics that Mr. Azan is trying to use. Our Christmas program is not a political program, it's an upliftment program. And I would suggest to Mr. Azan that he engages his colleagues and others who may not have been doing the right things to ensure that in future, and I will assist them, that they know the procurement process and they understand the accountability mechanisms necessary. Minor glitches, yes, but we have to ensure that we work with our colleagues to ensure that it does not happen again.
Forgotten Soul. For 2 years, Glendon Buchanan has been confined to a bed at Kingston Public Hospital, KPH, his eyes tracing the faint cracks and faded paint of his bedside wall, which he used to imagine the outside world. The 61-year-old, who says he has been abandoned by family and friends, has been classified as a social case on Mercy Cole Ward at the 248-year-old hospital, which shares property with Victoria Jubilee Hospital at its North Street location in the capital city. Buchanan's legs have been weakened by a vicious attack that landed him in one of the island's premier trauma hospitals, and though his spirit has been broken by loneliness, he eludes a glimmer of hope. During a visit to the healthcare facility last Friday, reporters saw Buchanan sitting on the bed at the far end of the room, his eyes filled with sadness as he watched other patients interact with their visiting relatives. However, his expression soon changed to one of excitement and anticipation as he watched a reporter from the Jamaica Observer, led by the hospital's head of patient care, Stacyan Pennant Reed, approach his bed. Waving the theme over, he smiled brightly and expressed gratitude that he had someone with whom to speak. I spend each of my day to myself, sometimes miserable and in vexation. Most times I look at the miserable people like myself, he said, laughing, his spirit high despite his reality. I now go see somebody and provoke them, but I provoke myself. It's myself alone I talk to. I am not a lunatic, but I don't have anybody to talk to, so I just talk to myself and read to myself, he stated. I don't have someone like you to sit right here, but may I write still. It not affect me because prayer is great power, and I pray so I have power, he told reporters. Buchanan, who loaded trucks to earn a living before his horrific experience, said he was in Majestic Gardens on his way to work when he was attacked by 3 men at a bus stop. He shared that he was tired and his closed eyes for a moment when he felt the aching pain of a stick connecting with his feet. I felt the lick that started, and when them done and me tried to get up, I couldn't walk. 3 people tried to kill me for what, Almighty God, I don't know, he said, stating that he had never caused anyone harm and did not know the men who attacked him. His two Rasta man a drive past and stop, but by the time them the attacker gone, so them the Rastafarians them take me to the hospital, he recalled. When he received the news that his knees were shattered and he would not be able to walk, Buchanan said he was devastated and wanted to die. However, he never imagined that the incident would be the beginning of 2 years of living in Kingston Public Hospital, enveloped by loneliness. An orphan with no children, Buchanan said he was counting on his siblings and other relatives visiting, but after one visit they never returned. I don't have any family. I don't have a mother or a father, and me is not a bad person. My half sister say anytime I start walk, she go come back. So me now go see her again, he shared. I would love to get to walk back again, to be able to see her. I can stand up, but I can't move like you. I can stand up, but I can't stand up and let go. Me have to hold on, he explained. People come here, visit them sick patient, and I cannot move, so I have to just hold it and see. When I go get to walk again, the only visitor I get is the meal that they are serving me here. So if you give me a visit for Christmas, I would appreciate it, he told this reporter, his eyes brimming with hope that his request would be granted. He shared that growing up, Christmas Day was always filled with laughter, family, and food. Buchanan recalled that New Year's Eve would always be a time to let loose and burst firecrackers, more commonly called clappers, at Skatesland in Halfway Tree, smiling from ear to ear as he reflected on the fun memories. However, for the past 2 Christmases and New Year's Day, he has been alone. I was never counting for this. Me did I look out for peace and love, he said, his smile fading as he was brought back to this reality. Social cases are patients who have been abandoned by their relatives at hospitals and other healthcare facilities. The issue has been a growing concern for Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton, who stated it is putting a strain on the hospital resources. Speaking at a post cabinet media briefing in August last year, Dr. Tufton said that at any point in time, about 10% of hospital beds identified are occupied by persons who are not supposed to be there. Over the years, he has called on relatives to these individuals to take their families home, especially during the Christmas season. Just over a week ago, during a tour of Spanish Town Hospital in St. Catherine, Tufton again appealed to Jamaicans to stop the practice of abandoning their elderly, sick relatives at hospitals. During this period of year, we do have situations where some family members use the hospital as an infirmary to drop their relatives off and essentially not see them until after the season, if at all afterwards. It puts a lot of strain on the system, so we want to discourage that and encourage those who do that to desist. It's just an unethical practice, but more importantly, it affects patient care. So try and avoid that. Spend some time with your senior citizens, the minister urged. A representative from KPH told reporters that there are approximately 20 social cases at the hospital, with Buchanan being just one of them. In fact, reporters were informed last week that also within the Southeast Regional Health Authority, there are 17 social cases at Princess Margaret Hospital in St. Thomas, 13 at Linstead Hospital in St. Catherine, 2 at St. John Golden Rehabilitation Center in St. Andrew, and 2 at Bustamante Hospital for Children, also in the capital city. For Buchanan, as the days follow his incidents blended together, he would often let his imagination run wild and picture the outside world, his only source of entertainment. He shared that almost daily, he would also relive interactions he had with people before being hospitalized. When you're home, you will talk about yourself and whatever. How me no do this and so, and you call over the fence or the wall. A Christian lady might say good morning to you, and that eases the pain. The good morning that somebody come and tell you can ease off everything off of you. He said, his eyes lighting up as he recalled the interactions he had over the years. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.